what's good? It's your boy, Miles Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? This your first time tuning in. Go ahead. Hit the doggone subscribe button. Hit notification bell anytime I post some new content. Now I know what I said. I said I wasn't gonna talk about this. Well, but then I actually really went back on my channel and I only saw the Ashlee Janea revisited. But this stuff seems like it ain't gonna go away no time soon. And y'all already know how the Crazy Uncle do things. I listen to what everybody else got to say about the subject. And then whatever I feel that they have missed out on, then that's when I actually really come in and I say my piece, and I like to think that what I say on any subject actually really makes a hell of a lot of sense versus what some of these people actually really put out, right? So, but then again, every once in a while, I go on a particular channel and a question will get asked. Shout out to Zachary K. Hubbard, because he was the one that actually really asked the question. So I'm just like, so then I started thinking about it. And so y'all already know what I say. Okay, well, that's the $64,000 question. So the $64,000 question or questions of Ashlee Janea. Question number one: how many of y'all actually already knew who she was prior to her murder? That was the question that Zachary Hubbard asked. And then I'll be the first one to tell you, I never heard of this woman until she died. Even if she's even dead, first and foremost. Question number two, right? What rich, wealthy white man that you know right today is going to marry a black woman? Because unless this millionaire is self-made, that's what you call what that Michelle Obama, aka Big Mike, said. Unless that's generational wealth, right? You get that. That's how, because if it's generational wealth, then y'all already know that shit wasn't gonna goddamn happen. Plain and simple. So, but again, what I'm saying is this: what rich white man gonna marry a black woman? And then considering, don't nobody know who the hell she is. Hell, to be perfectly honest, I ain't even know who the hell old boy was. But actually, I really stop and take that into consideration. Question number three should be obvious, right? How long have they been going together? How long have they been dating? And like I said, I know all those pictures that y'all see or saw of her and old boy toasting it up and all that kind of shit. Again, it's just like what I said in the very first video, right? Technology is a motherfucker. You go get in a big ass room, right? And they put a blue screen up or whatever, and then they can make the shit look like whatever the fuck you want it to look like. Right? So how long were these people dating? Right? Because you actually really got to be with somebody for a pretty good while to be talking about getting engaged to this person. Yeah, I get it. You might say, hey, love at first sight, but I'm telling you something. Love don't move that goddamn fast, people. I'm just going to tell you that right now, And so, what was it? Question number three? I think question number four is, right? Okay. Why? I mean, put like this. You go wherever the fuck you want to go to propose, right? Well, my thing is, Now, if it's a lie, the news media is telling it, right? How the fuck you gonna be engaged to somebody, and then a couple of days after, y'all arguing already? I mean, so again, you know, you got to be like, okay. And so most people were like, well, damn, at least wait until it's official, right? Because I'm pretty sure during that whole dating period, y'all done had some arguments. But the thing about it though is this: we don't know. I feel like this. I didn't know who the fuck she was until until last week sometime, right? I don't know who he is. I don't know how long they've been together. And then you get over there to Africa, and then you propose, then all of a sudden now you want to act a damn fool. So seriously, people, how do you put like this? If y'all knew who Ashlee Janea was before this encounter, let me know in the doggone comments, right? I mean, because I just look at it like this. And Zach said the exact same thing that I said for the most part, right? They do this shit each and every year. So-called black person, so-called white person. Every goddamn year. So now they done switched it up. They was either married or engaged to be married, but just like I say, don't nobody know. I didn't know who this woman was. Right? And then just like I said, what rich white man that you know of that's gonna marry or even date a black woman? So all that shit, what motherfuckers was saying to me, he gonna kill you and all this kind of stuff. First and foremost, we really don't know if she dead. All this shit could be staged for all y'all know, right? And just like I said, don't do that. Please don't do the black and white shit. I mean, because you can do this, because hey, look, black on black, hey, that's just as bad, if not worse. So those are the questions, y'all. The $64,000 questions. Did y'all know before this happened? How long were they together? Right? How long would they be before they proposed, or before he proposed? Damn, y'all know what the fuck I'm trying to say. So, again, that's what that's what you gotta look at. Because a lot of this shit ain't making a whole lot of sense. And what the fuck is up with the parents? Y'all daughter just died. Y'all ain't angry? Hey, look, I guess people, and then watch somebody say, "Oh well, crazy uncle, everybody don't handle pain the exact same way that you do." Okay, I get that too. But damn, right? Don't make all this shit up, right? Which I'm really starting to think that's exactly what the fuck this is. This is nothing more than a distraction, or what the fuck is really going on. It's almost like that one episode of Good Times. Michael got suspended, right? And so they was trying to hide it before James come in. James come home, right? So they hid him in Thelma's room. So anyway, right? He come out, so he tells his dad, like, hey, I got suspended. So, right, so they said a few more words, and then he sent they sent him back to the bedroom, right? So anyway, right, he would just say, hey, look, I'm the father of these kids. I need to know exactly everything that's going on, right? So she was like, you want details? Okay. So she was like, I woke up at 7:05, blah, 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 blah. Then they talk about how she went to the grocery store, right? They said, I started to get some bacon, or I started to get some pork chops, but they were too expensive. So I moved on over to the bologna, right? And then James said something. So he's like, what's this got to do with anything? He's like, have you been to the grocery store lately? She said, think about it. Why they got the whole world watching when they got the whole world watching the price of gas, they're sneaking up food prices again. And that was in the 70s. So let's think about it, right? What is the world doing right now? The whole world is looking at the price of gas. Meanwhile, here come Ashlee, Janea, and old boy. All of a goddamn sudden. This is nothing more than a distraction, y'all. That woman is not dead. I'm just telling you that right now. And just like I say, if she is, oh, okay. Hey, look. My condolences go out to the family, but I really don't think that she's dead. 9 times out of 10, I really don't think these two people know each other. They probably actually really got together to do this damn deal, right? So they can get a little bit of attention. Right? What they call them psyops. I think this is all what the fuck this is, people. A goddamn psyop. Because if you actually, just like I said, right? Just think about it for a minute. What rich white man you know right today? When I say rich, I'm talking about he like up there. Let's just say that's 400-500 type shit. He ain't finna marry no black woman. He ain't finna date no white woman. I mean, he ain't finna date no black woman. Let alone marry her. So once again, shout out to my man Zachary Hubbard for actually like really coming up with that question. Who is this motherfucker? So with that being said, hey, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dan, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door across the street right across Paul's Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. I'm out of here. Sweet. Hey, you on the phone? I mean, you doing a show? I just ended it right now.